Why building a house always costs more than you think, and how to stop it. You can build a house for $80,000 and still end up paying $120,000. Not because you're careless, not because you got scammed, but because construction has a hidden rule almost nobody explains. A house is not a price, it's a system. And when one part of that system changes, the design, the soil, the materials, or the timeline, the entire cost changes with it. Today, I'll show you the 4 cost multipliers that destroy budgets and the exact controls that keep a project predictable. If you're planning to build, especially if you're building remotely or sending money from abroad, this video can save you months of delays and tens of thousands in overruns. By the end, you'll understand why price per square meter is a trap, the 4 multipliers that quietly raise costs, the 70% rule engineers live by, and the budget lock system you should use before construction ever begins. Let's start with the lie that begins almost every disaster. The most common question people ask is, how much per square meter? The contractor says, $400 per square meter. You plan 200 square meters. Your brain does the math. 200 times 400 equals 80,000. Simple. Except construction does not behave like that. Because costs are not linear. Construction costs come in 3 categories. Fixed costs, things you pay no matter what. Variable costs, things that scale with size. And multiplier costs, where one decision increases 5 other costs. It's the multipliers that ruin budgets. You don't see them at the beginning. You only feel them at the end. Fixed costs appear even in small houses. Site setup, permits, mobilization, basic foundation preparation, basic supervision. Variable costs scale with size. Cement volume, block work, plaster, paint, wiring length, tile area. But multiplier costs are different. One small design decision triggers more structure, more labor, more detailing, more risk, more delay. Now let's talk about the first multiplier. Design complexity. Imagine 2 houses. House A is a simple rectangle. House B has balconies, corners, offsets, a dramatic roofline, maybe a cantilever for a wow effect. Both are 200 square meters, but they are not the same machine. Every corner costs money. More formwork, more rebar detailing, more labor hours, more finishing edges, more opportunity for error. Geometry drives cost. Simple shapes are cheaper, faster, and safer. Complex shapes demand higher skill, stronger supervision, and more contingency. Here's where people get trapped. They upgrade the design, but they don't upgrade the management system. They design like a luxury villa and manage it like a small project. That gap is where the budget bleeds. Think of it this way. Every corner is a tax. Every balcony is a tax. Every roof height change is a tax. You don't pay that tax once. You pay it in structure, labor, waterproofing, finishing, and even maintenance later. Beauty is fine, but beauty requires budget control. Now the second multiplier, the one that shocks diaspora builders the most. Soil and foundation surprises. Many people design the house first and only later discover the soil conditions. That's backwards. Because soil determines foundation type, excavation depth, concrete volume, steel tonnage, sometimes even layout. On strong soil, you may use shallow foundations. On weak soil, you need deeper foundations, wider footings, more reinforcement, sometimes piles. And piles are not a small upgrade. They can transform a normal budget into a serious budget. When someone says, "I saved money by skipping soil testing," no, you didn't say. You gambled. Soil testing is not a cost. It's a risk detector. People avoid soil testing to save a few hundred, dollars and lose tens of thousands later because weak soil does not announce itself politely. It announces itself with cracks. Settlement. Doors that won't close. Floors that slope. Water infiltration. If you want predictable cost, start with soil and foundation strategy first. Now multiplier number 3. Upgrade drift. This is death by 1,000 upgrades. You begin with a standard finish. Then slowly, emotionally, you upgrade. Let's take better tiles. Let's upgrade the windows. Let's add ceiling details. Let's add spotlights. Each one feels small, 3%, 5%, 7%, but upgrades compound. When you upgrade materials, you often upgrade labor skill, installation time, waste allowance, supporting materials, sometimes structure. 5 small upgrades can become 20 to 30% over budget. Most people don't track upgrades as a system. They track them as emotions. A professional rule: upgrades are allowed in design phase, not during construction. Once construction starts, freeze layout, freeze structure, freeze finish decisions. If you change something, treat it as a formal change order. Cost impact, time impact, compensation plan. Now the 4th multiplier. Time. Delays are not neutral. Time has a price. Delays cause rework, remobilization, material price changes, theft risk, quality drop, fatigue decisions. The longer a project runs, the more likely people stop following the plan. They start improvising. Improvisation is expensive. If you want predictable cost, you want predictable time. If you're planning to build in the next 12 to 24 months, subscribe. In the next video, I'll show you how to audit a contractor, quote like an engineer, line by line. That one skill alone can save you more than most people earn in a year. Now here's the most important concept, the 70% rule. Most of your cost is locked before construction begins, not because you paid it, but because your decisions created it. Design phase determines foundation system, structural system, roof geometry, plumbing layout, window sizes, electrical routing, finishing level. Once drawings are approved, flexibility disappears. If you change later, cost becomes exponential. You pay to remove old work. You pay to install new work. You pay for delay. The best time to save money is not on site. It's on paper. Think of design as a lock. Finalize properly, you lock the budget. Start building with incomplete plans. Your budget is unlocked. Anything can happen. Construction is emotional. You're building identity, family legacy, future security. That's why small changes feel justified. But construction is physics and sequencing. The most dangerous phrase is, "It's just a small change." There is no small change in a complex system. A small change can force structural recalculation, rerouting plumbing, rerouting electrical, redoing formwork, redoing finishes. Smart builders are not the ones with the best taste. They're the ones with the best controls. So here are the controls. Step 1. Start with soil and foundation strategy. Test soil. Choose foundation type. Estimate concrete and steel baseline. This becomes your structural anchor. Step 2. Simplify geometry. Fewer corners, fewer cantilevers. Simple roof, simple spans. It may look less dramatic, but it builds faster, safer, and cheaper. Add beauty later with finishes and landscaping. Step 3. Create one finish specification document. Tiles, windows, doors, ceilings, paint, lighting. Once agreed, freeze it. Upgrades require cost impact, time impact, and compensation plan. Step 4. Add contingency. Minimum 10% for stable projects, 15% for average projects, 20% or more for remote or diaspora builds. Contingency is not extra money. It's your shock absorber. Without it, every problem becomes a crisis. Step 5. Control time. Use milestone tracking. Foundation complete, structure complete, roof watertight, MEP complete, plaster complete, finishes complete, handover. Even a simple milestone plan protects budget. For diaspora and tropical builds, this matters even more. Heavy rain punishes bad drainage. Humidity punishes poor waterproofing. Heat punishes cheap roofing. Distance punishes weak supervision. Your advantage is not hope, it's systems. So remember, budgets don't explode because you can't calculate. They explode because construction is a system. The 4 multipliers: design complexity, soil surprises, upgrade drift, time delays. Control those, and you control the project. Subscribe, because next, I'll show you exactly how to dissect a construction quote like an engineer, and where hidden costs are buried. Build smart, not emotional.